We are back with Gift Masters in real life, and I am here with...
Tyler Lessard, CMO at TechnologyAdvice.
And tell us, what does TechnologyAdvice do?
TechnologyAdvice is a B2B tech media publisher. We own and operate more than 30 different tech media brands, newsletters, product review sites. So we have a really big audience of IT professionals, cybersecurity, business leaders who rely on our content to learn about different topics and products in the market. And we work with marketers to help them reach those in-market buyers through advertising, sponsorships, content syndication, webinars, and maybe even a little bit of ABM, maybe with a physical gift sent to them. Okay. I don't know, but maybe we'll work in direct mailers as well, but a little bit of everything for our clients.
Awesome. So we're at Cybersecurity Marketing Conference. I'm really curious, what are you seeing as being the niches within cybersecurity? What are some of the challenges cybersecurity markets are facing right now?
Well, there's an age-old problem that I think cybersecurity is seeing, that I think a lot of us see in the market today, which is it is really getting harder and harder to find our potential buyers in the growing and diversifying digital sphere, if you will. I just actually did a ton of research on this this year, and we're continuing to see the channels of influence expanding for buyers. And it makes it, again, harder and harder. Maybe some of those traditional channels, like reaching people through email marketing or traditional advertising or social, while all of those are still important, they're just 3 of maybe 15 or more different channels we need to reach folks, whether we need to be partnering with B2B influencers to reach them, or other types of creators, sponsoring newsletters, things that the younger generation seems to be leaning into. But ultimately, it's like, how do we stand out and find the right people? Age-old problem, still an issue here in cybersecurity.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of people have been focusing on ABM strategies, account-based marketing. Some of the challenges with that is really that it is account-based. So now it's about buying groups and finding the contacts within those accounts and going back to that human to human. I'm curious, if you were to implement a gifting strategy tomorrow, what might be some of the reasons that you look to implement gifting at the minute?
So it really does come back to that, first and foremost challenge of, again, how do we actually stand down and get that attention in the first place? Physical gifting is a great complement to the other digital outreach to maximize our chances of, frankly, just getting that potential buyer to pay attention and to, actually get familiar with your brand. But I've also seen some of the best gifting strategies that aren't just about an attention grabber or something that's novel, that really are tied to helping to educate, or again, just really tie into the value proposition or offering some value to the prospects. And I think that's something that, again, if you can get those into the hands of people, you can knock down a number of different things at once. You can earn their attention, you can create some brand affinity, but you can also use that to either actually start educating them or to be inviting them to something that's going to further educate them and be a part of that journey. So I think it can be a really powerful piece because of that. And it's, again, doesn't just sort of hit one part. It's a way to really immerse a prospective account in that brand, and hopefully get it in front of multiple people who might be part of the buying committee to, again, sort of maximize your surface area in that account.
I love that, talking about that real top of funnel activity, but where education is so important, and creating unique and fun ways of getting your message across so that you can educate people in a different way that's maybe not over an email, not over a cold call, because let's be honest, who remembers some of those things anyway, right?
Yeah.
If someone was to try and book a meeting with you and they were to do that by sending you a gift, what would land well?
Oh, that's a tricky one.
I just want you to be inundated with gifts now. That's it, really.
Yeah, that sounds like about it. You know what? That's actually a tricky one. I don't have a good answer for you off the top of my head. I'm thinking about some of the previous gifts that have really stood out for me. I do remember one that was hyper personalized, which is tricky in scalable gifting. But that actually included at the time I was running the Sales Feed Media Network, and they included a nice Sales Feed branded mug. So it wasn't their brand; it was actually mine, which was interesting. And again, there was actually some like customization to what was in the package that was relevant to my role. That was interesting, and there were some snacks in there. Food is always can always sweeten sweeten the opportunity for us. Um, but yeah, I think like generally speaking, if you can start to get, personalized, not necessarily individualized always, but, really knowing and understanding if you're targeting a CMO or a CRO or a VP of finance, really like embracing that and having extreme empathy for what is somebody in this role like would really make them smile,
Yeah,
catch their attention, rather than just doing a general, like, I'm going to send popcorn to everybody and hope for the best. That's my recommendation is to really be thoughtful about that of what is that persona really going to appreciate, and maybe also shows you understand them, right? There's
yeah.
a little like inside baseball there of like, oh, that's a good one. They obviously get me, and really furthers that relationship.
Love it. Well, thank you very much for sharing your tips and tricks and advice with our community. And yeah, wish you all the best the rest of the conference.
My pleasure, and happy gifting.